I got to ask you about how you're feeling about economic growth, right? We've got stock markets have been growing like gangbusters. There's tax reform now having been passed. How do you feel about the U.S. economy right now, or the global economy?
When you look at it from the outside, it's certainly all the analysts are talking about synchronous growth. It's the first time we've seen for a number of years sort of the world's economy firing on all cylinders. And you look at all the events that are going to take place this year in Korea with the Winter Olympics, in Russia with the World Cup, and the midterm congressionals, what we call the mini quadrennial, as opposed to the maxi, which is in 2 years' time,
right.
in 2020. But having said all that, there's sort of scope for caution too, because there's pressure from activists, there's pressure from zero-based budgeters. People are generally finding that inflation is a low pace, and therefore pricing power is difficult to establish,
right.
and therefore there's a pressure on cost. So there are these balancing factors, but overall I would say the environment is a positive one, and possibly 2018 will be better than 2017.
Martin, what do you think is going to be the biggest risk, though, to that global growth?
Well, when one looks at it, the big drivers of the world, the G2, the US and China, the outlook is pretty positive. President Trump is certainly driving his agenda. Is their agenda around tax and infrastructure spending, and last but not least, reducing regulation. All of that bodes well for the US economy in the short to medium term. President Xi is taking a very long-term, strong, growth-orientated approach to China, higher quality growth. And as you see here at CES, the Chinese are developing. If anybody in America or indeed the West believes that China are followers on technology, think again, they're leaders. You look here at Haier, you look at Hisense, both of whom have bought major parts of Western-based electronic manufacturers.
Right.
They're going to become significant competitors in the future too.